Hi everyone, I'm Keith Urban. Nikki Mitchell was Waylon Jennings' longtime friend and manager. And before her death, Nikki challenged her friends in the music community to shine a light on the need for research.
So I think it's a really interesting story that here we are in Nashville, Music City, and Nikki Mitchell, who was diagnosed and passed away from pancreatic cancer, started this foundation, and here she was, the manager for Waylon Jennings, this music icon in Nashville, and then here I am studying pancreatic cancer in Nashville and just happened to get connected with the Nikki Mitchell Foundation. I think it speaks volumes to what Nashville can do as a whole in raising awareness and funding for pancreatic cancer moving forward into the future. Even from a young age, I wanted to be a scientist. I always liked solving tough problems, and I really never came across such problems that were as tough as pancreatic cancer. It's kind of the Wild West. It's a very underfunded, under-treated, not well understood disease. For one, people have always thought it was too hard. Unlike other cancers, people thought pancreatic cancer was just a very aggressive disease. Once you got it, there's really nothing we can do. Because we don't have an early detection method, patients are well advanced, often with cancer all over their body. The disease itself is not pretty, and the treatments we have are even uglier in many cases.
This is an essay that my daughter had to do for school, and it's titled Fighting, I can't even do it, Fighting for Your Life. Only 6.5% of people who are diagnosed with pancreatic cancer survive after 5 years. And after a long, horrific battle, my mom became part of the 6.5%. I come home from work one day, one afternoon, and my husband and I were walking around outside, and he said, "What is wrong with your eyes?" And I said, "Well, nothing, why?" And he said, "They're glowing." And I'm like, "Oh, you're messing with me, they're fine." He's like, "No, really, they're glowing." So we live about 30 minutes away from my mother and my sister, and they were together at the time. So I said, "Well, I'll go see Mama and Lisa, and I'll decide then if I need to go to the hospital or not." So as soon as I walked in, both of them was like, "You need to go to the emergency room." So surgery was scheduled for June 4th. I had radiation for 9 weeks, every day, Monday through Friday. And then of course, other things started to happen. It's just been a number of things to deal with every day. I hope that the research can find a cure before you have to have surgery, before you have to have treatment.
We have lots of reasons for hope to fight this disease and eventually cure it. And they're all coming from the research that we're doing. Very, very exciting research on several fronts. We've worked out the pathways at the molecular mechanism that drives early cancers, and we're developing medicines that we hope will target those and eradicate early disease. We're also working on late disease. We're working on new and better treatments than we currently have that are, in all essence, ineffective and have horrible side effects. There's lots of advances being made on that front. There's a field called immunotherapy where we're developing vaccines and using the patient's own immune system to target and combat patients' tumors. Lots of progress in that area, lots of promise. So I think what we need is just more funding. Pancreatic cancer used to lag behind other cancers because it wasn't studied, it wasn't funded. Now pancreatic cancer is taking the lead. We're at the forefront of cancer research, and that's a direct reflection of the funding that we've gotten over just the past several years. That's how fast we're moving in the field of pancreatic cancer. We have some of the best and brightest people I've ever met. And if you just give them some funding and some time, they'll work out this horrible disease. I'm quite confident of it.
So please join the music community and help us find a cure. Go to NikkiMitchellFoundation.org to learn more.